even in medical school, I knew that I wanted to do obstetrics and gynecology. I did not have to come out and, pass exams and then spend a bit of time in the department before I realized I wanted to do it. I always knew I wanted to do obstetrics and gynecology.
So tell us a little bit of yourself, Doctor. Where are you from? Which part of Malaysia are you from, and where do you went through your education?
Right. First and foremost, thank you so much for having me on today. And looks like you've got a theme going on from erectile dysfunction to reproductive medicine. So, to just tell you a little bit about myself, I grew up in Sungai Petani, Kedah. So that's where everything started. And that's where I did my foundation education as well. Did my Form 6, then I went on to do medicine overseas. And subsequently, I came back, and my whole family by then had moved to Klang Valley. So we've all relocated now to Klang Valley. It's been ages since I went back to Sungai Petani and Kedah. So I am currently working as an obstetrician gynecologist and a fertility specialist. My patients can find me in the two centers that I work in. One is in Sunfert at Nexus Bangsar South, and the other is in Shah Alam in a clinic called Klinik Pakar Kesuburan Kasih in Section 13 Shah Alam.
So you are now practicing in both two instead of one clinic.
Yes, I practice in both clinics, so I can be found in Sunfert almost every day except for Fridays, and in Kasih Shah Alam Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I keep myself pretty busy.
Yeah, you are very, very busy. Dr. Sumithra is very busy with her work, and of course, a very successful fertility doctor. Now, doctor, before we go on to that part of business, so tell us a little bit of yourself on who is the role model of you becoming a doctor. Why did you want to become a doctor?
That's a difficult one. I think there wasn't a specific role model, but I think it was. I think it's always been ingrained in me since I was a child, since time immemorial that I can remember. I can't remember a time when I didn't want to become a doctor. I think I went to school, and I think it all started this way. I went to school, I got good grades, and then it was just expected. I think you would do something like medicine or like that. I think that was it. I think that's how it started. So it's always ingrained in you, and I also found that that's exactly what I wanted to do as well as I was growing older, as a child, and I was very interested in all the biological topics, and except for maths and things, and so then I think it just came naturally that I did want to do medicine.
So that is a natural calling, right, to do medicine. That's great. Now, of all specialty, I just want to dig deeper, so that the younger generation understand how this works. Of all specialties in medicine, why ONG? And furthermore, why reproductive medicine? It is such a niche field to be in. Why ONG and why reproductive?
Okay, why ONG is a bit easier to explain. My mom is a retired lecturer, and she actually started off as a nurse, and then she went in, and my mom and dad, they both went on doing their studies. In fact, my parents both masters near to retirement. At that age they decided, hey, why don't we do our masters? So I come from a background like that. So to go back to why obstetrics and gynecology is because my mom was a midwife, and then she went on and did her degree, and then she became a lecturer in a university. So I would always, as a child, see her prepare her notes, her lecture notes, and look at all the textbooks. She had all these wonderful, colorful textbooks with all sorts of pictures of pregnancies and any complications in pregnancy. So I think I got this early exposure to obstetrics and gynecology, and I think that's where the passion for it started. So even in medical school, I knew that I wanted to do obstetrics and gynecology. I did not have to come out and pass exams and then spent a bit of time in the department before I realized I wanted to do it. I always knew I wanted to do obstetrics and gynecology. Reproductive medicine. Why reproductive medicine? Because when we do obstetrics and gynecology, you become a specialist, and you decide then you want to do a subspecialty. There are 4 subspecialties in obstetrics and gynecology. One of them is maternal fetal medicine, meaning anything to do with a pregnant woman. The second one is urogyne, where you deal with the bladder and bladder complications, urinary problems in a woman. The third would be cancer related, and the fourth is reproductive medicine. Now, the first 3, we learn about these topics as part of our training to become specialists, obstetrics and gynecological specialists. But reproductive medicine, we don't learn very much of it to become ONG specialist. So it was something that I found that was very mysterious to me. And I found it very challenging because I found that it was a challenge, not that it was challenging. It was more of a challenge that we didn't know much about it. We just knew the very basics of it, but we didn't know the aspects of it, not like the other 3 subspecialties. I took it on as a challenge, and I thought that, since I don't know much about it, I want to know more about it. And as I practiced in it, I realized that yes, I actually did love reproductive medicine.
Right. So that's great. You know that you want to be an ONG specialist since young. Your mom is a matron, a midwife, and also a nurse, and you know from young that you want to do this. I wish I knew from young I want to do insurance. No, it did not occur to me. Actually, I wanted to do medicine from young. I just couldn't have the brain to get the grades. So
you did better. You married a doctor.
Yeah. So instead, I married a doctor. I took the shortcut.
Smart guy.